I got that drop-top feeling. I'm tryna make a living on the block, drug dealing. I'm tryna make a killing. I hustle, I hustle, I hustle, I hustle, I got that drop-top feeling. I'm tryna make a living on the block, drug dealing. I'm tryna make a killing. I hustle, I hustle, I hustle.
We gotta hustle, we try and get paid. The real remain, the fake, the fade.
Alright, this is another episode of Strong United Voices. This your boy D.
And Miss Lovely. And today we got another guest on the show today. But the first thing we always do is shout out to our sponsor, Be Great Clothing. Want to give a shout out to the Joker and NY Piffy for the pop-up show today, y'all, was off the chain. I don't know if y'all tuned into it, but I'm on Cognac today, the Joker. And give a shout out to him with his Haters album. Haters 2 is coming out in 2021. So y'all tune in for that. All right, so we're going to jump right into our guest. And it's going to be Mario Grand is in the house.
Yeah.
All right. We jump right in. And I'm going to go over just a little information that you sent me. When I say this is one artist that truly sent me a bio, when I say a bio, I know everything from the day this man was born. And that's what we like, because it give us a communication, okay? So don't just send me something of your song and you're from Buffalo. I need to know exactly a little bit so we can communicate, you know, and know one another. Okay, so we got right now, you got a heavy roots of your family that was writers and singers too?
Yeah.
Okay, now who was that, honey?
My dad,
Your dad.
he writes gospel,
Okay.
R&B. He was one of the, I don't know if you know the Northern Tens, the gospel
But
group.
I think Miss Tika might have mentioned that. I don't know if she,
Yeah.
okay, she did. Okay,
Yeah, so he always traveled with a gospel group.
okay,
Like that was my oldest memories of my pops is seeing him on stage performing.
Okay.
Like 5-6 man group.
okay. And at 13 years old, you started freestyling.
Yeah, I've been freestyling forever. I wrote my first rap when I was 13.
Okay, and ciphers.
Yeah.
Okay, and you was doing that in Lockport?
Yeah. I was
Get
living
out of here!
Living out there for a long time. I went to school in
Everybody
Lockport.
live out in Lockport.
Yeah, that's why.
But it's boring out there.
You gotta make something to do. I'm chopping my blade out there.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Kodiak.
Right.
Okay, now.
So, Lockport Fire, is that something to where it's just like small, everybody know each other, or it's like
Yeah.
everybody got their own little
Yeah,
sections?
we all know each other for the most part. Like one thing I can tell you about Lockport that will surprise you probably is it's so much talent. It's like
Really?
it's so much talent. It's like to the point to where usually when we leave out of there and take our talent to other places, we shine because it's.
Really?
I had a lot of steel to sharpen my steel with. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So,
Okay. And so Camp Camilla Records.
can't kill them all.
Kill 'em all. I'm sorry.
Nah, that's
Kill
how
'em
they
all
spell it.
Records. Now that's in Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
Is they still
No, I don't think
Around?
he's not doing music no more. That was a long time ago. I was a teenager.
okay?
He pulled me right out of middle school to put me in the studio. 'Cause
Okay.
My name was getting popular.
And this is still when you at 13.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was 13 years
Still
old.
13. Okay.
Yeah, took me right to the studio.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote my first rap in the CEO's basement, and
Oh.
it was like capture that freestyle you just said,
Right.
and remember what, and I kind of wrote that down, and that started me writing.
Right. Going from there.
He used to take me in the studio every Sunday. I had him talk to my mom. Like my mom was more or less like, "Listen, I don't care. You can go to the studio
Right.
as long as you can stay in the studio at 5 o'clock in the morning. As long as you in school on Monday."
I
You're
hear
good.
you. Now see that's the and she pushed you. So
Yeah.
your mom pretty much. Your mom and dad pushed you.
Yeah. Well, my mom is. I would say my mom is my biggest. Like my dad, I got it. It was hereditary.
Okay.
My mom is
The biggest supporter.
That's the cheerleader.
Yeah.
She always had me performing.
Yeah.
She always had me playing
Get
the
up
game.
and do this.
Yeah, playing the game. I pause the game, come down, and get right. But, that's how I
Okay.
got it right.
So now, tell me your journey when you moved to West Virginia at 14.
Yeah.
How did that work out?
Well, first it stripped me of all supervision. You know what
Okay,
I'm
at
saying?
14, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so who did you go there with?
I went with the CEO.
Okay, the same person. Okay.
He had got a job down there. Like he had got like a good job. He worked for like U.S. Public Debt.
Okay.
So he had to go down.
Oh, that's
there
like a
to do it.
collections?
No, it's like
That company?
for the U.S. for
Gotcha.
the
Okay.
government.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Okay.
So went down, followed him down there.
Mhm.
Stayed down there for a summer. The studio was there, so
Okay.
you know I had to try to make my play. I'm like,
Okay.
call my mom, like, Mom, just let me stay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She came down there.
Check everything out.
Yeah, check
Yeah.
everything out. Signed me over to a guardian, if you
Okay.
will. But then it was.
Shit was up from there, huh, man?
Yeah, I ain't gonna front, but I say by the time I got there at 14, by the time I was about to be 16, I already had a son on the way.
So you stayed down there for 2 years.
Yeah, well, I stayed down there from, I think, 99 till, yeah, no, that's right, yeah.
2 years.
About two and a half years.
Okay. All right. So, and then once you got there, your first release was Black Rain.
Now,
Oh, that when you came here.
that's when I came back home. So
Okay.
basically, when I was in West Virginia,
Mhm.
my legal guardian, if you will, I lived in the studio.
Okay.
That's where I honed my craft. Like
Right.
I learned how to record. I even started making beats.
Mhm.
I was making a bunch of music down
So
there.
you make beats too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
I was just down there, just getting my skills up,
Mhm.
and I never ended up putting a project out with them. I ended up coming back home.
Okay.
Like I came back home in 2001,
Okay.
and when I got back, I got with a producer. Long story short, he heard me rapping in the party.
Okay.
I wanted to pay him for beats, but then he heard me rapping in the party, and he started just giving them joints to me.
Now who is this?
His name is Gabe Taylor.
Gabe Taylor.
Yeah, he don't make beats no more. I really
Oh,
wish he
you
did,
miss
but
him?
He's so talented.
Oh man.
So talented.
Okay.
But yeah, Gabe, he started throwing me beats. We were
Mhm.
supposed to do a 4-song demo,
Okay.
but so like I said, I lived in the studio, so
Okay.
I knocked that out in one day. So he
Wow.
like, man, we might as well do a whole album.
Right.
And that's how then we ended up, the biggest song out of that album ended up being
The
Black
Black Rain.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that's what got on 93.7.
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
at that time, who was in the DJing for 93.7?
Mike Chaz. How rest in peace, Mike Chaz, rest in
Okay.
peace. How it ended up getting on 93.7, it was
Mhm.
Jay-Z and 50 Cent had they was doing a tour at the time, the Rock the Mic tour
Okay.
back then, and they had a contest where BLK was like, submit your music, and the dopest people will pick 2 people and we'll have them do a freestyle battle on stage at Darien Lake at the
Okay.
Jay-Z
Now
50
when was
Cent.
this?
I remember
And
that
what year?
Yeah, that was like whatever year 50 Cent was heating up, because 50
You
was
just
the
started
man.
out. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
50
Okay.
was the man. It was like Get Rich or Die Trying.
Okay. Okay.
That tour when they both came out with their Reebok sneakers and
Okay.
all that.
Okay.
It was like right
Yeah,
around
the
then.
G units and the S dots.
Yeah,
Okay,
right,
okay.
Commercial and all
right,
that.
right. Yeah, they had a little rap joint back and forth.
Okay.
So I sent my CD in,
Mhm.
and I ain't get a response.
Mhm.
I ain't get a response, but sidebar, I had met this travel agent, and he was basically tied in with the industry.
Okay.
So he hit me up with backstage passes to that joint. It's the first time I had ever
Wow.
been around stars, anything.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm sitting there kicking with like Bleak and Lloyd Banks before anybody really knew who
Shut
Banks was.
up.
Yeah, so I still ended up in a better position.
Right.
Okay.
Like I got to watch Hove perform from I'm standing on the side of Hove stage from here to there. So as
Wow.
as a teenager,
Yeah.
it's just blowing my
Yes,
mind.
it is.
I'm watching how the light hitting his jewels. I'm watching all the moving parts, seeing Beanie Siegel running in the back, hurry up and change.
What?
I'm like, wow. So I'm
Here in Buffalo.
right at there.
Wow. Okay.
But so Mike Chaz, he found the CD
Mhm.
after
Mhm.
the contest was over.
Mhm.
He loved the song.
Mhm.
He just played it.
Mhm.
He played. I didn't even hear it when he first played it. He
Mhm.
played it and was like, made an announcement on the radio, like, LDM. I wasn't even supposed to play that. I need you to come down to the radio station by tomorrow and sign this paper so I can play this song. I really love this song. So
Oh, just to get it at the radio
yeah,
station.
so he can play it on BLK.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm like, I didn't hear it, but my phone started blowing up.
Like, yo, man,
Everybody.
did you hear?
Everybody, including my mom.
Oh,
That was the
she
last call
on
I
it.
got. My mom like, baby, you got to get to the WBLK tomorrow. I'm taking you. You know what I'm saying?
Be
you gotta
ready.
sign this paper so they can play Black Rain. I'm
Right.
like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So I went down, signed a little waiver so he can play it,
Yeah.
and he started playing it,
Mhm.
and then he kind of made a contest out of it. He was like, all right, so I'm gonna take another local artist and I'm gonna put them against
Each other.
LDM, and
Let's see.
then y'all vote, and
Okay.
then whoever wins get regular radio rotation.
Shut
So,
up.
Wow, he did that, and you was able to call in, and I won that.
Make
joint.
the vote.
Yeah, I won that joint, and it was dope. It was a dope. It definitely helped me sell
Especially
that
for you
CD.
at 17.
Yeah.
This was when you were 17
Yeah.
years old.
So like you'll hear Mary will go off, Black Rain to come on.
Shut
Jay will go off,
up.
Black Rain to come on.
Oh,
So
I want to know why.
I was
You know,
a
I
local
don't
celebrity.
remember back in that time. I don't think I could go back that far, but
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, that's the thing about it, like being able to get that, man, that's God right there.
Mhm.
Your God-given talent to be able to give you that music,
Yes.
catch them airs. You know what I'm saying? No matter who it is, to be like, no, we're going to pick you out of all this music.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Man, that's big.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I went on for a few months. I was loving that because at the same time I was out selling my CDs out of
Okay.
the car, so it was like, yo, I'm
That's
a Black
that
Rain
hustle.
dude.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
right.
so I tell
That's
her,
right.
I ain't gonna hear me. All right, man, this is it. I know you know that, don't you?
And all you gotta do is have radio. I'm like, here, it's gonna come up right after
Right,
this.
right.
So that was beautiful. And so after that time, you had a little runs in with the law, or whatever, in case like that. So that kind of
Yeah.
changed everything there for you for a minute.
Yeah.
And tell me, how did you regroup from that? Because we had our last artist, shout out to Shane, saying the same thing with him. He ran into some issues a couple years ago, and you know, he just turned himself around. So
Right.
just tell us, how did that affect you after having this album being played on WBOK, and then you had the run-in? Is that how that went?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So how did that turn out after your issue, and you know, how did it bring you back?
Well, they kind of ran neck and neck because Black Rain is a song about the troubles that I was going
Oh
through.
shit!
But then I ended up getting, I was on probation, violated that. I was a knucklehead for a while.
Okay.
Violated that.
Okay.
And during the time, I always kept my pen moving.
No matter what, where you
Always
at?
kept my pen moving.
Okay.
Like I ended up having a sealed indictment,
Okay.
and I had to jump on them. Like I
Yeah.
didn't even have to turn myself in.
Right.
But I was always thinking about music. I'm
Right.
like, oh man, I can't do my career. And
Right. Be focused
So
on that. Right.
I turned myself in,
Okay.
kept my pen moving.
Right.
I probably wrote about 3 albums in jail.
Wow.
I came home and threw them all away.
Why?
Because it's all depressing music.
It's just shit you was going through in that process.
I didn't want to hear nothing else
Yeah.
about no jail.
Working out on the yard.
But you know what?
break time.
That's what got you through your journey.
Yeah.
So you did.
It's
what you-
therapeutic.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Okay.
That's what it's about
Okay.
sometimes. Like you make that and you listen, even when you go back and listen to the music, even though you like, I'm not gonna put this out, but it lets you know where you was at mentally when you wrote that or you made
Right.
that or recorded that. So you let it out. I let this out. When I hear it, boom, I'm done with that. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes too with that though, bro, like when you put that music out, even though you was dealing with, it's somebody else that was dealing
Right.
with it. You know what
You
I'm
should
saying?
have kept at least
That-
one.
The joints I remember, like the dopest joints I remember without looking at the paper. So
Okay.
I did relay some of them,
Okay.
but like a lot of them joints, I'm like, man.
I was in a crisis
This
at this
was
time.
locked up.
and I don't even feel this way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm gonna tell you what did it too. I came home and Beanie Siegel had an album called I think it was The Becoming, and he was dealing with all the jail topics, and he was on his way to jail, and I'm just like, man, I'm not sad, I'm happy.
Right.
I'm
Let's
like,
get this shit
yeah,
over with. Let's
yeah.
get it done. Get it
I
over
don't
with.
want to make no more
Yeah.
jail songs.
Yeah.
yeah, because dealing with that, man, like I said, that's the time that you went through that time. Like it's the same way how when you be in jail, you do time, you come home, you don't want to see another new one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to.
Right.
I ate enough of that, bro.
Yeah.
Don't even ask me about that.
That's
It's
a
not
fact.
knocking towards noodles.
Summer
I ate
sausage.
so much of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like not about the.
Oh.
I
I'm
just heard
staying
about
far away from Chi Chi, whatever whatever you want to call that, man. Curry Bowl, man. We staying away from that because
Man, don't disrespect the folks, man.
Nah,
They
ain't
good
disrespect
meals
that.
in there,
They
man.
know. Even they looking at it right now, saying, "No, bro, we sick of eating this, bro."
That's a
Feel
fact.
me? So you know,
Cognac.
at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's like once you come out of that space, you don't want nothing else to remind you of that. If you in greens,
Yeah.
you don't even like a rock in the top,
Right.
about the green. You feel me?
Right.
Like you don't even want that no more. I just want to see anything but reminding me of that.
That's a fact.
So I get it.
Yeah.
That's a fact. And I'm also a person that believe in like you can speak things into existence.
Mm.
So like, and I didn't want to come home beating the same drum
Mm.
that
Okay.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
Gotcha.
That
Gotcha.
makes
There's
sense.
power in the tongue. You got to watch what you say.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so going through here now, I see you work with DJ Shay,
Rest in
rest
peace.
in peace,
Rest in peace.
and Benny.
Yeah.
So those are. Now, what about local artists? Have you collabed with anybody yet here, or have you worked with anybody else yet here?
From out here, I definitely I married GK.
Oh, Mari D.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I definitely work with GK. Me and GK, we label mates. So
Okay.
Oh,
like we
Double
got
D.
we got things in the works. Like we got like I think we got 3 songs together
Okay.
so far.
Okay. Cause he hot. I've been trying to
Yeah.
get him on here and stop bullshitting around about this coronavirus. You see
Nah, he not
everybody
playing
else
with
coming up. Yeah, he
He
don't
not
fuck
playing.
around. He don't fuck around.
called
He
him
was
right
like,
before I came.
he was like, if there's anything you can do, man, cause I fucks with D.
Yeah.
You know, and he was like, if you could get me on the the video, and I am trying to work it that way. I know we're
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
it, but I'm doing something different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We take the temperatures. We make sure. I'm about to change the whole scenery up because we're gonna come off this table
Right.
and just be in a circle, so that way. Stretch your arms. That's length of depth that we don't be side by side with each other. And then if somebody rapping, everybody will mass up
Right,
and let that
right,
person
right.
spit their bars. So we gonna change it up here too. But we got to keep this entertainment going on because it's not the same with the virtual. It's just not the same to me.
Right,
You think?
right. Yeah, I know. Like watching award shows, it's like, man, this ain't the award show.
Yeah, when
It's
people,
different.
they got them at home. You be
Yeah.
at your home doing this. So, I mean, we're going to try to make it live. We're going to keep going much as possible until we can't no more. So,
Right, right.
that's how we're going to continue here at the SUB Pods. But I got a couple quick questions for you I want to ask you.
Okay.
What made you become an artist? Is it because you saying this was just built in you because of your dad? Or how would you describe that? What made you say, I'm going to just start writing?
I don't think I even said it. I think God said it.
Gave it to
It was
you.
like-
It was a gift.
I was a baby that didn't watch cartoons. I was an MTV baby. I grew up with hip hop. Like my uncle, rest in peace. He was like one of my biggest like influences. He was a DJ,
Okay.
and he knew what I was into. So
Okay.
like, he used to tape your own TV raps for me.
Mhm.
Like the joints that used to come on at 10 with Fab Five Freddy.
Right, I remember that. I remember
He used to tape them joints for me,
Fab.
make sure I seen
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
Like,
Damn, that go back. That made me
Yeah.
feel so old. Because that's what the Yo Rap.
yeah.
Yo. Oh, wow.
MTV rap.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, I,
Okay, so we'll say just gift. Just
yeah,
gift.
It was just in me from day one. Like I always knew I wanted to rap. Like even when he was a DJ,
Mhm.
like he used to put me out because he always be trying to scratch his records and really literally scratching them up.
Oh, shit. Mhm.
But one thing I always remember was when I was real young, he showed me that if you plug the headphone into the mic jack, you can hear yourself coming out of the speakers.
Oh,
And-
shit.
And that was it.
That was it.
That was it for
That was
me.
live for you.
I was always rapping, always. Everybody used to always have me rapping. That's why I knew I was kind of alright at it.
Yeah.
because
They wanna
everybody,
hear you.
Since a baby, always had me rapping. Hey, boo, come here, rap for me. You know what I'm saying? I used to start using it as hustles, like
Yeah.
like my uncles and cats, they'd be shooting dice.
Mm.
They'd be like, yo, come down here and rap. I'd be like, let me get $2 of them from each of them.
Yeah. I'm gonna give me some
Yeah.
change.
Right.
Right. Okay, I never asked the artist this, and this is going to be my top question on here because we always hear which I do like. I want to know what don't you like about rap? Is there anything that you would like to change? And I mean anything, just whatever is like. Maybe I should say challenging. What's challenging for you?
Anything like as far as like the industry or
As far as yeah, we'll go there.
Is there anything that
Has
I
it
would
been
like to
what's
change?
been a challenge for you?
Just just getting to that top level that I've been striving for.
Okay.
But you know, I think that's every rapper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, you know,
So it's
that's
like, is
part
it a
of the
struggle for
journey.
you? Let me try to rephrase it then. Well, just say like, is it ever like some, how can I say it, like where you at a struggle moment where like your thinking process, have you been in a challenge with that? Like, I just can't get this one bar down right or something like that. I guess that's where I'm trying to go with it. Like, have you had any challenges with your,
You mean just overall as a craft, like whatever
Yeah.
that you ever had any challenges
Yeah.
with doing music?
during this
in
music?
this
Yeah,
world?
yeah, maybe I should put it that way. Everything been gravy? Everything been good? Everything's
No,
afloat?
I quit rap one time. It was
Okay.
longest
That's
5
what I'm
minutes
saying.
of my life.
Oh, 5 minutes.
Nah, well,
Okay.
yeah, no, I quit rap.
What
I
made
called
you get
myself
in
quitting
that
rap.
zone?
Just-
That's a challenge. What made you go to that zone? Like, was it because it wasn't sounding right? Was it music? Was it
Just
a moment?
just the continuous drive of it.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for so long.
And it's like you're not getting where you want to be.
Right. I
Okay.
started a record label. My like the most productive artist on the label, he had ended up catching a Fed case,
Mm.
and he went down for like 5 years. So
Mhm.
so that was depressing for me because I was like, man, that's
You was
that's
right
the man,
there,
like-
had the right man, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
always like that, right?
Yeah.
You think you got the right thing going on, and here goes some shit just smack you right in the
Right.
face. So that was definitely one of your challenges that has
Well,
happened.
For me, I believe one of my challenges is finding the core audience.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Yeah.
That's to gravitate to your music.
Mm.
Right.
And on top of that, another challenge is staying consistent
Right.
Mm.
Right.
on certain bases because, you know, let's keep it real. Like right now, like it to be independent, it costs a couple dollars.
That's a fact.
Rather you even
That's a
if
fact.
you in a label deal, it's gonna cost a couple dollars. That's why they give you advance money.
That's a
So when
fact.
they're telling you your wardrobe, your videos, your studio time, all of that you doing, the promo, radio runs and all that, like they paying for that.
That's
You
a
know what I'm
fact.
saying? So if you do it independently, that gotta come out your pocket.
Yeah.
You gotta link with them DJs. First of all, you gotta get their attention,
Mhm.
get their ear, and then you know what I mean, lock them in. But that's a budget for that.
It is.
You know.
It is. And speaking of that artist, shout out to him. That's my man Dally, man. He got his own label now. Them boys is fire.
Mhm.
Them boys is fire.
Where they from?
Teammate, man. He actually from Rochester. He got a few artists from
I
Rochester.
think I might got them on the book. I have to see. 'Cause I've been having a lot of them requesting to come in. I mean, not come in, but as friends on Facebook. So
Yeah,
okay.
definitely.
What's their
Give them
name
a,
again?
Teammate, man.
Team.
Teammate, man. Yeah,
Okay.
And
they
that's-
fire too.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I salute people like that because just because somebody telling you it's expensive don't mean don't do it. If you got the bag and you got the will and that's your dream, go for it.
Right.
But what I'm doing is making you aware of it. That's just
Right.
we didn't have that. Like people ain't tell you, yo, they say, man, rap, just go in there. Yeah, you go in there and rap and you start being consistent and you keep moving forward.
Mhm.
Before you know it, you looking at your pockets. You got responsibility,
Mhm.
bills, certain things coming up. If you got kids or family, whatever. You know what I mean?
Right,
Losses come. We know how that is. Lawyer fees, whatever go on.
Mm.
That's a fact.
Now they ask you, man, what happened to him? Why he ain't? Yeah, people got real stuff going on. So you know, like it's just different.
Yeah.
You know.
Definitely, but a lot of that's definitely challenging, but at the same time, the bright side of that is like those challenges they create opportunity.
Mhm.
Like not having a producer like my man Gabe that I was talking about.
Yeah.
He stopped making beats. Like I was already starting to make beats a little
Right.
bit, but I wasn't a master at it.
Yeah.
And it was something I had to take
Start
on.
learning.
So
Right.
that's when I started a label and
Yeah.
I got with other artists that I felt was dope. I
Yeah.
started producing for them. And
Right.
that kind of made me a producer. So
Okay. So now you producing.
yeah.
So you just all in the field.
Yeah, I make about I say probably 75 to 80% of my own beats.
Oh shit! What the hell
That's
you
big.
need? Nobody.
Yeah,
All right,
because
that's
you
what's
doing
up.
that, man. It's like I rap, so if I make the beats that I can rap on, you saving money from buying beats from anybody else.
Right.
So you have your own studio?
Yeah.
And, you know, I forgot what I was just watching, and the guy, Genesis was speaking yesterday on the Joker show, and he was just saying that he had to make sacrifices so he could start building his own shit, because that saved you from spending money.
Mhm.
So, just hearing another artist saying that's what's
That's
up,
facts,
because you
yeah.
gotta go pay for
That's facts.
studio time, and if you can just build your own,
Mhm.
that kind of save, cut some of them expenses in half. So,
Right.
congratulations to you on
I
that.
appreciate it.
What artists inspire you to rap? Was it ever a particular artist that you was like, yeah, I gotta?
One artist.
What? Who was the first artist you seen? I mean, that's what that impressed you. That you was
Sorry
like,
to say
As,
one.
as a baby,
Yeah,
Okay.
it was like Run DMC.
okay.
Like, Run was the coolest person in the world to me
Mhm.
as a baby.
So when you came up, then who it became? Cause them OGs there.
Yeah,
Then when I
yeah.
came up, well,
I'll
first
take it.
album
Give me
I
first.
ever
Give me
knew-
your first three. Give me three.
All right, so that's good. We can go with that. First album I ever knew front to back was Snoop, Doggy Style.
Okay.
Shouldn't have known it. I was too young to know it.
Yeah, but I knew it.
But I knew it.
I knew it. So
Uh-huh.
definitely Snoop.
Uh-huh.
It's a classic.
Then let's say Method Man, because when
my
I
man.
first started rapping, so many people used to compare me to Method Man that I had to blow my style up and just start from
You
the
know
beginning.
what? It's crazy you say that, because that pistol grip I knew it was somebody, but I couldn't
Yeah.
put my finger on it. But I'm like, this style, and I'm a Wu-Tang
Yeah.
fan all day long, especially Method all day
Yeah.
long. So
I had to try to like blow my style up and come with a new style.
Yeah.
'Cause like I said, my name was LDM.
yeah,
I remember my man was like, yo, that stands for Little the Meth.
well, yeah, makes sense.
But then let me see who else. I have to say four. I have to go with. You gotta go. I don't know. You gotta go with. You can't mention Big without mentioning Pac, and it's
Come
hard
on
to
now,
mention
because
Jay.
I'm waiting for you.
It's hard to
Because
mention
I'm
Jay
Pac
without
all day.
mentioning
I'm
Nas.
sorry. So you, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, yeah. Damn.
I mean, it was so much great music.
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like now. It's like people hot now. And
Yeah.
people might be nice and all that, but
Yeah.
back then it was legends. Like
So
you
many
talking about
different
this-
sounds,
Oh man,
and everybody
the,
just was so distinctive.
the producers they choose, whether
Yeah.
it was a Swiss Beats or a Dre Beats or
Right.
just Blaze,
Yeah.
like whoever it was, you know what I mean? When you heard it, it was like, yo, what is that?
Right.
Yeah.
All the way around. Timberland beats, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when that artist got on it, think about it. You got Snoop, you got Dre, you got Ice Cube, you got DMX, you got Jay-Z, Biggie, Tupac, Nas. Like this is Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
Like it was so much great music back then. All the way Outkast,
Right.
UGK.
Right.
Like come on,
Bone-
man. Like
Bone
this
was doing their own
Bone was-
thing.
Oh man,
Right.
millions of Master P, No Limit.
Right.
Forget about it, man. We can go Cash Money in the beginning of that.
Mhm.
Like
Like
all
they
of this
naming all
great
these damn
music.
In my mind,
that-
study on Pac.
but see, that's the
Period.
thing about it. Like it's certain things Pac touched you in a different way.
Yes, he
Yeah.
did.
Like
Yes, he did.
music, even talking to you,
Deep.
like he could like. His calling was just to do what he was to do, but something bigger. Like music was just an outlet. I feel
Right,
like
right,
for Pac
right,
to
right.
get it off, but that was supposed to be his kickstart to something else. Like
Right.
once we know him as Tupac, we know him as Machiavelli, but we needed to know something else, and he put it in his music. The leader that he was.
I ain't gonna front though, like with Pac, like he was one of my favorite rappers, right? And then I heard him say, if any of y'all rappers from New York want to bring it, and I was a kid, like, well, damn, I'm a rapper from New York.
You took that personal, man.
Like, I was heavy bad boy era.
And it's crazy because he come from that. You know,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was just
right,
riding for a
right.
coast at that time. Like you said,
Right,
you being
right.
young, just hearing that, like, nah, man.
Right.
And the thing
I
about
still listen to All Eyes on Me and
Man.
Macaroni.
that music
Man.
is, see, that's it's people that make music is timeless. That's
Right.
what I learned from Dre.
That's a
You,
fact.
you don't really want to use a date or a year. This 2006. You don't want to put a date in music because it makes it dated and it
That's a
sounds
fact.
outdated. But you can make like the Chronic. You can
Mhm.
make certain songs that's timeless, like
Yeah.
20 years, 30. Dear Mama, like certain things that like 50 years from now,
Still
they
playing.
still you can
Still
play it. It's
playing.
like that just touched me. You know what I'm saying? Like
If it's
certain
sonically
joints.
right,
Right.
if it's sonically right, you can't argue with that. If it's trendy, it's gonna be trendy.
Yeah.
But if it's just sonically right, it's gonna last
Yeah.
forever. That's why you'll turn on the radio today and you'll hear all these songs from Motown, All
Yeah,
these songs
still,
from,
yeah. Before my time, I should say, and but that was good music back then too. And now everybody's taking them beats and using them and reusing them and things like that.
Right, because that was the great soulful music.
Mhm.
That was the era.
Mhm.
That was the best time for music and R&B too. Let's not forget about it. Like
Yeah.
talking that.
Yeah.
So it was real
Yeah.
soulful, touching.
Yeah.
It was something
Yeah.
they was talking about. Not just I want to hump you all the time. Like
Right.
you know, all these,
Right.
you know what I mean? This was something that was like real love, catered,
Yeah.
pain. They was going through something you could relate to. So that's why I love that era of music. You know what I mean? Because it really did touch you in a different way. It helped you to this day. Certain Mary songs. That's another.
Come
one.
on.
Right.
Come on,
30,
Mary.
50
Shit.
years from now,
You can put that
it's
shit
still
on.
timeless music.
Come on now.
And I salute Diddy for that too, because
Yeah.
he can help in them areas to make you have that timeless music
That's a
per
fact.
album. You know what I'm saying? Certain people could do that, man. So you know that's why I respect Biggie, a lyrical genius, man. And I understand why you being toggled in between the two.
Yeah, yeah.
Because them both my boys. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? When I
yes.
was more younger, I'm like big. Getting older, really understanding music, because Pac went over my head and said,
Right.
I was like, you can't make me go against Pac. I don't
Right.
care who you is. You know what I'm saying?
No,
and it's just
never,
that.
ever.
So that's just once I understood that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
What about Above the
I love
Rim?
them both.
Above the Rim soundtrack. When he came out with They Never
Pain?
Take Me Alive.
Yeah,
Man,
Pain.
you had niggas
Pain,
going
so
to
much
jail,
pain.
man,
Yeah.
because they got so zoned out. I can hear that song today, man. I'll
Yeah.
go into a whole nother zone.
Yeah, that's
A whole
yeah,
nother
that's a
zone.
different type of song.
Come
right
on,
there.
man. So,
Yeah.
so that's what touched me. But shout out to my girl, Miss Tika Joe Kelly. I got my lip
Shout
gloss,
out,
girl.
Miss
Yeah, yeah, shout
Right
out to my
here.
big sis.
So let's get one more. So who would you like to collab with? Big artists or locally? Like, is there any artists that you look in here locally like you want to, collaborate with? And if you can get where you're trying to be, who would that big artist be?
Locally, I mean, I definitely obviously want to do a lot more music with GK. We gotta wait till
Okay.
we gotta wait
so
till
still
Corona lift up.
Yeah. Because he ain't messing
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
put that goddamn mask on, Murray, and bring your ass up
grinding.
here.
He like, you
Yeah.
know where I'm at, I'm grinding.
Yo, man,
He ain't fucking around.
I called him right before I came in, like, oh, you can come to the joint with me. Like,
Yeah.
nah, bro. We're gonna, but I know he a grinder, so I
Yeah.
know once he
Yeah.
feel comfortable, he
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
get real
Yeah.
active.
He don't know. He don't know. I pull up on his ass. He know I know where he
Bring
be
your
at.
joint right
I
to
will
you.
pull up on
You got
his
the
ass
mic man live right here.
So
Right.
That
don't
should
play
be
with me.
fine.
But I'll let him do his thing because I respect his space.
That's
But
what
Yeah.
it kind of bothered me because I'm looking like I rock with him. So when I hear his
No,
shit,
you know
man,
that.
I'm
You
like,
know
yo, I need him. He's Buffalo, but
Yeah.
but it's okay. I'll get him though. He got to go to his comfortability. So how did you come up with the name? Because now you went back to Mario now, Grand.
Yep.
So what made you change? I know we spoke off, but what made you change going to Mario now? You said.
I started thinking about changing my name. I remember I was talking to DJ T Jizzle
Okay.
one day, and I gave him my CD, and he was like, "Oh yeah, CD Artwork Official." And then right off the bat, he was like, "Yo, your name is LDM." He's like, DJ's gonna mess that up. He's like, you got initials, they're gonna mess it up. And I was
But you know what? I didn't know this was really initials. That's why I asked you off camera because I'm looking like, okay, is this Elden?
But-
I didn't know, So
my rap name was initials.
Okay.
I just made
blend
it
them
a word
together.
for my
God,
Facebook
man, that's
name.
smart. That's smart because I'm looking like I gotta ask him, what do you want me to call him? Because I don't
Yeah.
want to mess up nobody's name, which I will wind up doing anyway. But that's just me.
So
Yeah.
that's based off your real name.
No, his
Right.
real name is Mario.
My real
That's
name
what I'm
Mario.
saying.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So basically, my name from the time I was 13
Mhm.
was LDM, Lethal the Masterpiece. From the time I was 13 up until I put this album out, which was 2017. So I went from LDM, then I changed it to LDM Grand, just something to kind of like put with the LDM to kind of
Okay.
just so people don't mess it up.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. I said when I came with this album, I'm like, they about to get me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They about to get me. They gonna get Mario. I kept the Grand.
Your real name, yeah.
So
yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with Mario Grand, and then it just sounded like back again for the 1st
Mhm.
time. It's like I almost feel like I heard of you. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
and when I was talking to back to the T Jizzle conversation, I remember he was telling me, he was using examples. He was like, if you listen to the biggest artists, he was like, you think of Young Jeezy, Drake, Lil Wayne. I was like, oh, I'm like, all right, I'll put it to the back of my mind what he was saying, because just like I said, I had that name for a long time.
Mhm.
But then I really started thinking about it after I shout out to DT. I was on the unsigned hike, and DT was like, yeah, that was my man LMD, and I was like, damn. I'm like, Jizzle was right,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
So then I
You know,
really started thinking about
He
changing it.
absolutely right, because one thing I realized, and that's something I learned from Hov, is that your name and music really means something.
Right.
Like, you can have names, you can change them. That's why you got your P Diddy, aka Puff Daddy,
Right,
that,
right.
and you got to switch it up. Even with him, it was Hov, Iceberg, Jigga,
Mhm.
and then it went to Sean Carter, which
Right.
is his real name.
Mhm.
So when you understanding that, it's like that's what you want. If you can't come up with a name, you can't, like, what's wrong with using your real name or maybe an initial?
Right.
Like, I don't, you see what I'm saying?
Right,
Like,
right.
sometimes you do that, so there's nothing wrong with that, because that's your name.
That's your
Like, I'm being
process.
myself. This is
Yeah,
more,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And it's more like different, because
Right,
like
right.
it ain't too many Marios.
And
Like,
I'll say this too.
you know what I mean?
Like, a name carries energy. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So, like, even when you look at spiritual books, right?
Mm.
When God was changing people, He was giving them different names. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. That's
like,
true.
like,
But they got. I'm getting there, but tipsy. But yeah, because a lot of the people that had their original names, he said you're Peter, you're John, you're this,
Yeah.
you're that, and the third. So yeah, I hear you on that level of the biblical times.
Yeah, it's different. It's different things. So it's like, it's what's catchy, but at the same time, it's like what makes sense.
Mhm.
right.
So it can't just be something that, what makes sense. Like, you
Mhm.
got your Moneybag Yo's, you got your, like you said, your Little Wayne's, or they got Lil Baby, wouldn't
Right.
be too off from there.
Right, right,
You know what I
right.
mean? So it's like certain people got their names to where it's what they doing. Pimp
Mhm.
C, the only one like that we know on a higher scale that name himself Pimp.
Right.
Pimp C, but that would make sense for Pimp C. That's
Mhm.
how he furs. You see him, how he was. You know what I'm saying? So it's certain different things. Then you could just have different names, but that's one of the things that I know from younger to older. Your name
Yeah.
is what they want to before they hear for. Okay, even if it's a name that's off,
Mhm.
when they hear your music though, is what's gonna get them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but the name is the first thing. That's one thing I know.
Facts.
So that was good though. That
Right,
you did
right.
that. And it's cool to make changes and things like
Right,
that.
right.
Cause you could jump back in your bag
Right.
like, no, this AKA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like, yeah,
right,
I'm back
right.
in that bag, but you
Right.
still know I got my Mario swag.
Yeah, I
too,
still,
you know what I'm saying?
I hashtag a lot of my stuff on my print shit. The artist formerly known as LDM.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
So you got to keep it there, because
Both
that's what a
of
lot
them.
of people
If y'all
know.
confused
Yeah.
and y'all don't know this me,
Yeah.
I'm letting you know. This me right here.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
So yeah.
So I got your two songs that I had, that I believe the bio you sent me, and it was the 716 featuring Benny.
Right.
Tell me about that.
Shout out to Benny too, man.
Yeah.
Get well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, get well soon, man.
Definitely. Well, I had been hitting Benny up for a minute. Like,
Okay.
we did a few shows together. Like,
Okay.
long story short, I was locked up with Machine Gun Black.
Okay.
Rest in peace.
Uh-huh.
And he kind of plugged us in. Like,
Oh, okay.
he was always telling me about his brother. He called home and actually put us on the phone. Like, yo, you gotta hear my brother. Like,
Right.
he was always promoting Benny.
Okay.
And that was back when I was like maybe 18, 19.
Okay.
So that's when, we started working on, just first
Yeah.
knew of each other.
Yeah.
Then I came home, invited him to do a few shows,
Mhm.
and I always keep hitting him like, yo, what you charge for a feature or whatever. We just never got around to it.
Right.
So then they ended up getting the deal. So
Okay.
I was like, nah, he ain't gonna
No
do a
messing
feature now.
around. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
But I just tell this story. I was sitting in the barber shop
Okay.
getting a cut.
Mm.
Strange things happen to me sometimes. It was like a voice in my head was like, "Yo, go to the Delavan and Cortland store. Benny gonna be
And he
here."
be standing right there.
Right? I got up. I was like,
Go.
I guess I better go.
That's
I got
his
up,
job.
went there, and he was standing right there.
Wow.
And then this was after the deal and shit. So I was like, I ain't asking to do a feature or
Yeah.
nothing, but that kind of just
Set the tone.
popped in my head later. He was actually talking to one of his mans about doing cheap videos or some
Yeah.
shit. He was like, yo, I'm in the industry now. He's like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm telling you, man, these cats ain't doing no bullshit videos. And in my mind, I'm like, he talking to his man, but that conversation was for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't interrupt too much. Yo,
Right.
I mean, it's inspirational what y'all boys
Right.
is doing. Kept it
Right.
moving, went to
Right.
the store, but then later on, I hit him up to see what he, see what he was
y'all can
talking
do.
about for a feature, and he looked out. He looked
Say,
out.
come on.
Yep. So I was
That's
like,
what's up.
wow, he came, he did the track. We did it at Shay Studio, and then
Shay.
right from there, Shay was like, the thing with Shay was seeing me everywhere. We did the shows, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was when Benny was on Buff City Records or whatever. That was way back.
Right.
And they would see us, they would perform, then they'd leave out, because the shows was out in Lockport.
Right. Okay.
So they'll come do they do,
And
leave
gone.
out.
Mhm.
So they knew me by face, but they didn't know me by skill. So I was seeing them in different places. Then we went to do that track, and after Shay heard me, I never forget. I was walking to work the next day. I get a call from DJ Shay. He's like, "Yo, bro, I've been seeing you around, but I didn't know you was like nice, like,
Right.
this." He's like, "Yo, man, like, how can I help you?" You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh
he
man,
was like,
that's
you
a
know what I mean?
blessing. That's a
Management,
blessing.
whatever. So
Yeah.
basically what he ended up working out some super cheap studio time for me. I was fucked up at the time too.
Come on,
so,
come on.
So he worked out super cheap
Speak
studio
the
time
truth.
for me.
Speak the truth and
And-
shame the devil. And this is why I say that sometimes when God got it for you, can't know. This is what I say
Right.
about it. When you know when God make ways
Right.
for you, when you ain't got a pot to piss in,
Right.
and you like, man, I made this, and then He did everything for you because that was your time, that was your calling.
Right.
So again, blessings to you on that.
Right.
Masterpiece. I love that pistol grip.
I
I
appreciate it.
love that joint, dude.
I
I
appreciate
love
it.
it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And is that new?
Yeah, that's gonna be on the Masterpiece Volume 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so That's
Okay.
dropping New Year's.
Okay. So everybody come up to
So
you.
I wanted to ask, like, you know, so I asked this a few times, like, what keep you going though? What motivates you to keep you going, to go in that booth or to write them raps and keep you inspired?
I don't know how to stop.
Mm.
I don't know how to stop. It's like it's therapeutic. Like I done had times where it's been like my toughest times where, you know, that's my therapy. I'll write it down in the song, then I'll go lace the song, then I'll go think about that tough time and be like, well, damn, I didn't have that time, I wouldn't have that song. Man, like it's just that it's a certain kind of spiritual high I get from you know, sharpening my blade and just knowing that, you know, God keep giving me these songs. Like sometimes, like for example, Pistol Grip Prayer. I heard the beat and I feel like that whole song just downloaded in my head. Like I didn't.
You just went right in.
It wasn't much thought process to that song, even though it's well thought out. It just, you know, it came to me like that. So as long as I've been blessed with this gift, like
You gotta keep using it.
right,
That's it.
right.
Keep using it.
right.
And that's the thing about it too, because you got blessed with the gift to be able to bless others. So it's not just about even with a money terms. Like you got blessed with the gift to be able to talk to somebody else and probably get them through their problems.
Right.
And that's one thing I learned. You know
Right.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
and that was recent. That whatever you rapping, you going through, you telling your story, that's somebody else. The same way how whoever your favorite is, that you listening to them,
Yeah.
and it's like, ooh man, put you in a zone. How we were just talking about Pac and all that.
Yeah.
But maybe you can be that voice for somebody else.
Right,
It
right.
might don't be the same way, but it's still a way that they might going through. Oh man, my mom struggled too. Oh man, I wish I
Right.
could have finished school. Oh man, or I was in college too, or whatever. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like
right.
them dorm times and them hard moments. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
definitely.
Yeah.
So it like it is what it is. Once people hearing you and gravitate to the artist, then they like your music and they like you personally.
Right.
Nas beyond music. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
And that's where I feel like the real strong support come in at.
Yeah.
People once they locked into you and who you is as an artist, then it's like, alright, nah, that's my boy. They start really feeling like, think about it, whoever Floyd, whoever you boxing, whoever you like, when you watching them so much and it's like, no, you gonna go buy that pay-per-view.
Right.
You gonna go get that merch, you gonna go get that album, you gonna go get them sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Right.
Jordan, man, I've been watching Jordan since. You know what I'm saying? So especially if you love basketball or if you play basketball. You see what I'm saying?
That's
Like you
right.
connecting with the
That's
consumer.
right.
Right.
And that's what it's about too, having that connection.
And people love authenticity. So
Yeah.
like it don't matter what you're going through. It don't matter or what type of person you are. If as long as you give them the authentic you, that's gonna come across. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a lot of cats, like a lot of older cats in the hood that they gravitate to my music because they're like, yo, man, you ain't lying, man. I like you. You know what I'm saying? Like you keep it honest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's it. If I'll make a rich rap. Not even a rich rap. I'll make a rap about getting money when I'm getting money. I'll make a broke rap. And you're going to feel both of them. I felt them when I wrote
You know what? You made a strong point, man. I'm glad you said that because, you know, sometimes even, and I learned this from Fab because he said sometimes at your lowest times, you can make a good record to put you in a high position. You know what I'm saying? He didn't use those words, but he was basically saying, like, at your darkest time in your moment, you can make a hit about money. Because you broke right now, you want the money. You wish you. So if you rapping it, but that's kind of like speaking into existence too. But that could be your biggest record when you was broke.
That's a fact.
But it was about a record about getting some money. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter. You still either you could be in that struggle space, rap about you being broke, or you could rap about, hold on, man, if I only if I had that. If I you know what I'm saying? If
aspirational rap.
Right.
Either way, motivation come from different ways. You know.
All right. Well, let's get into about the clothing line, y'all.
Right.
Now, give it to me.
All right, so
'Cause he's got the shirt on now.
Yeah, this is it right here, the actual brand.
clothing line, Also NY, starting to get hot too. Shout out to everybody
Yes,
that's
it is.
wearing it, everybody that's all the
And
influencers.
thank you for our shirts.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
We got our shirts. We'll be taking pictures on it. Actually, you can just have them. We do everything raw here live.
Right,
We don't
right,
really
right.
show how
Like
you can move out, come back in.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these is our shirts. We'll be
Brother,
rocking them.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll be rocking them.
Promo.
Mhm.
Got the wristbands in there.
Yeah.
The wristbands. Got the bands in there.
Yeah.
No question.
Now tell us what this stand for.
So it's Also NY, OSONY, and it stands for the other side of New York.
Other side of New York.
So you know this, like everything I did, I always been heavy on promoting where I come from. You know, it's the hip hop mentality. Like all the rappers I looked up to was from Brooklyn or L.A. and they rep that. It was
All
no
the time.
qualm. Noriega came out from Left Rat Queens, and we didn't know what Iraq was, and
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he repped it and made it official. So I always wanted to make sure that I rep where I came from.
Yeah.
And just made it. As you can see, my song with Benny is 716.
Yes.
Yeah.
716.
My clothing line is
Yeah.
Also NY.
Right.
I've always been.
Right. Represent where you come
Yeah.
from.
Bill's
Heavy.
hat on right now.
Bill's hat on. Heavy about where I come from.
Everybody
That's what's up.
represent the 716,
You know
y'all.
what it is, man.
Yeah.
Rough Buffalo, whatever you want
Yes.
to call it, Buffalo, New
Yes.
York, man. You know what it is.
Right.
So tell us how can they get in contact with you to follow your music and your clothing brand?
Okay, so you can get in contact with me on all social media at It's Mario Grand, ITS Mario Grand. That's all of my social media handles: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can go straight to my website, mariogrand.com. That's everything that I do is on there. I got AlsoNYClothing.com.
Okay.
You can move a lot of units off online.
Do you have a store or or the website that they can?
The website.
Oh, website.
I'm
Okay.
doing mostly shipping. I was doing a lot of pop-up shops, but you know,
Okay.
now that the COVID about to come up,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do too much more
Yeah.
of that. But
Yeah.
I definitely ship it right to your doorstep.
Okay.
Free shipping.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm
Cause
saying?
that's what it's all about now. Everybody finna go back
You
lockdown and
Yeah.
this is what it's about. But you know, I say all the time again that this is just gonna be the new wave here.
Right.
The way they do it, everything gonna go through social media. Everything gonna be ordering offline. It's this is the new world order. I guess they call it. And,
Right.
watch Total Recall.
But you know one thing, that's
it.
crazy you said that. But you know one thing I wanted to say, it's crazy how right after the election we dealing with this, like right afterwards. And then I don't know if y'all got your emails, y'all might want to check them. Y'all hear about the new terms for Instagram? Yeah, YouTube, all of a sudden these are emails that recently just came from today and yesterday. It's gonna be new terms. And in order for you to stay with your page or whatever, you gotta agree to the terms. They ain't said the terms yet.
Yeah.
But why is this all happening right after the election?
Right.
YouTube, Instagram, that's some of the biggest. Now we all got to go on lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is 3 things. That just to me, has raised red flags in my brain
Right.
to what's going on here with the election just was done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now all these big changes is coming in.
Yeah.
They're just pushing us and pulling us in whatever direction
That's
they want
it, and
to at
that's
this
it.
point.
And
I
I
believe
keep
that.
saying it. I
I
can't say
believe
it no
that.
more, man. We at the end of times. Read Revelations is all in there. I don't care what nobody say. We all talking about Jesus Christ walked the earth 2,000 years ago. We thinking Jesus Christ coming back, but it's real. It's on and popping now. I'm telling you, time to love one another. That's why we're trying to bring everybody together, and that's what it's all about at SUV Podcast. So if you didn't get along with somebody, you didn't. We trying to do collabs here with one another. So this is what it's about, y'all. We got to get ready for what's coming on, but we got to stick together.
Right.
We
That's
got to
right.
stick together.
I'm glad you said that because I meant to say this last episode. What you just said brought it to my attention. I feel like too, us as in the town I'm talking about right now, we Buffalo. You know what I mean? If people from a whole different culture of the gang, I'm talking about raised that way from 20, 30 years ago, family inherited beef. If they could squash it and jump on a record together, why can't we do something? Like you don't have to even. Let's just do something. Like even with Snoop, certain people from Long Beach, he put things together to make magical moments. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
and not after that song, you don't know what's gonna develop after the brother and then y'all get to talking, bro. That wasn't you that did. Nah, bro, I ain't never say that. Feel me? And then it's like, yo, niggas been going through this for what?
Yeah.
Or it might be something from back in the day, like, yo, bro, I was young back then, bro. I was just on my bullshit, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Feel me? Me too,
Right,
bro. I
right.
was just on
I
savage
hope we
mode.
can. I hope
And we can get past that, but my point is that when you seeing something strong, powerful happen like a YG and Nipsey, that they can do that, and this is blood, this is a Crip. Like I said, that's cultural. 20, 30, you ain't been beefing with that man for 20, 30 years, bro. Something, think about it. You know what I'm saying? So we could put that to the side and make money together
Right.
and make music
And that's what it's about.
and push
Making
and motivate
music.
other people, and then we build from there. If you go watch, just to lead off what I'm saying, if you go listen to the record with YG and Nipsey, he said, man, you giving game like a big brother.
Mm-hmm.
How a Crip giving blood that, you see, because Nip looked at it differently.
That's
He
a fact.
knew we was going to need each other, man. We got to build
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what it's about. So
Yeah.
that was just to,
Yeah.
piggyback
Right,
on
right.
what you were saying, because it's bigger than what we know, man.
Right.
And these times keep showing us this.
Yeah.
So.
Time to come together. So, did you want to give anything else? You want to pass out any? You want to let them know that your CD is coming out 2021 too,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Let 'em know that.
Right at the top of the year, I'm putting it out on
Top of the year.
1/21, New
Okay.
Year's Day. You know
All
what I'm
right,
saying?
all
So,
right, all right.
I'll
Are you doing
definitely-
it? Well, now you're not doing no record release because of that.
Yeah, I know. My man just asked me. He like,
Well, have a few.
Social
Have a
media,
few.
yeah.
You know, you still want to have your moment. You know.
yeah, definitely. I may have my DJ do something special. Shout out to DJ Dutch too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Red 20 Records.
Okay.
May have him do something special, like a special mix, some
Yeah.
type of premiere or something.
Yeah,
Maybe
get it
go
live.
with
Yeah,
him or something.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Do something like that.
So y'all heard it, y'all. Mario Grand, check him out, and we glad another. We just keep pulling them in, man, and I love it. What God is doing is bringing these good vibes up here to us. That we all safe from the pandemic. So SUV Pods is going to continue going until the people say something else different. So we're going to make some changes, do what we got to do to keep everybody safe. You got anything you want to say?
No, what I want to, well, yeah, I do want to say some things. But I don't want to hold y'all for too long. What I want y'all to sit, just look at everything that's going on with the podcast and understand this is an opportunity for you also. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you do, it's not just music,
Right.
entertainment, black business, whatever it is. You've been doing something for a while, or you got an organization you trying to build, nonprofit, or something for the kids. Tap in with us, whatever. Some sports. We understand it's a lockdown right now, but this is SUV ain't going nowhere. So SUV Podcast is here to keep growing.
Right.
We appreciate everybody that come on the show.
Yes.
Salute to y'all. Big ups to y'all. We're going to keep promoting y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And, show us some love. Y'all
Right.
like, share, comment. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and stay tapped in.
Yeah. And again, you want to get with us, Strong United Voices. That's what SUV stands for, Strong United Voices at gmail.com. Everybody done?
Yes.
Peace out.
Peace.
I hustle, I hustle. I'm trying to make a